Well, it happened again. Someone smashed into one of my cars right after a very lengthy paint correction and ceramic coating. The first time it was my E55 AMG, 500 miles after the Chicago Auto Pros put 36 hours worth of labor perfecting it. And now it's this, my C5 Corvette, right after my mini restoration, someone rear-ended me. So I guess it's official, I am cursed. Now the damages on the Corvette, they're not that bad. I'm going to show you guys this in a minute, but because this guy had a really cut-rate insurance company, they only want to pay me $330 for the damages done on the car, and this is because they're supposedly only paying the body shop about $22 an hour for labor. So in this video, we're going to take the Corvette to a real body shop, we're going to get a real estimate, and on our way there, I'm going to tell you guys the crazy story of this guy rear-ending the Corvette, trying to flee the scene, me hunting him down in this car, my badass Air Force cousin getting out of the vet, blocking him in an intersection. It was all really cool, but because I like some of my videos to be a little bit educational, we're gonna discuss exactly how we're gonna get this resolved. And so we're gonna get some advice from the body shop on how exactly to proceed in this situation. And my good friend Sam is gonna give us a little bit of his insight on this, as he has a little bit of experience dealing with wrecked cars and insurance companies. All right, let's take a look at the damage on the Corvette, and I want you guys to comment down below how much you think this would cost to get fixed at a legitimate body shop, and we're gonna find that out here in a few minutes. But basically, the guy rear-ended me in a Toyota Matrix, and his bumper kind of cut my bumper here. It hasn't gone all the way through, but it has gone through the clear and the paint, and then we have the same thing on this side here. And then he also bent in our aftermarket exhaust tip, and the exhaust is a little tweaked and it's making like a little bit of a rattling noise. So $330 is all they want to pay me out on this, and you can't really do a spot repair on this type of damage. It would look very bad, especially considering that we have a metallic flake in the paint of the Corvette. So comment down below, how much do you think this would realistically cost to get fixed? Before we head out, I gotta show you guys two sweet products from Cove Audio. You guys already know that I jam out using their Cove commuter speaker. This has an 8-hour battery life. It fits basically anywhere, and it packs a serious punch. But now I have their Solitude noise canceling Bluetooth headphones. These things have a mic built in so you can answer phone calls, and they sound amazing. So if you guys wanna pick one of these up or both of these up, just click on my link in the video description box and use my coupon code for 65% off. Big thanks to Cove for sponsoring this video. Now let's hit the road.
This second, look at this amateur.
My shoe slipped, all right?
Amateur street cars. Amateur street cars over here.
Oh my gosh, I'm the worst.
This is second.
What do you think of the $8,500 Corvette, Sam? If I shifted it properly.
I think if you shift it properly, it'd be a lot of fun. These cars are a lot of fun because they bring a level of unrefinement to sports cars.
Look at that. That's what happened, all right?
What happened? You took the shoe off?
Taking the shoe off.
This is getting a little weird.
Hang on. All right, now I'm a professional race car driver.
Two Dagos in a American car. We're gonna go get some pizza.
Yeah,
I think that's a new show.
Let's get some Lou's. Two Dagos getting some pizza. Anyway, Sam is in town. We're working on a secret project, and he needed a little bit of a break from diagnosing the Ferrari. Right, Sam?
Oh, big break.
Big break.
Yeah, I won't remember anything how that car goes back.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice.
Get it done.
So the Sam hasn't heard this full story. I gave him like the cliff notes of me being rear-ended, but this is just crazy. So I'm driving the vet with my cousin, who is currently in the Air Force, a big guy, and we're going to Home Depot. We're stopped at a light, and this guy pulls out of a little strip mall, and he just taps the bumper. And he didn't realize that anything happened, so I get out, and I'm like, dude, like, your bumper is in my bumper. And he's like, oh, really? Trying to play it off. I'm like, look. So anyway, we're in the middle of the intersection there. There wasn't really much of a point to get a police report.
So you're out of the car at this point?
I'm out of the car. I'm at a red light, so I got a little bit of time. So I'm like, listen, go pull into the parking lot of that condominium. Yeah. A few blocks away. So he's like, yeah, sure. I pull in, I park, and we see him just blaze by, and he's in this bright blue Toyota Matrix. I'm like, no way. So I got the opportunity to drop the clutch, do a little fishtail donut out of this place. It was awesome. I've never been in like a chase before, but I was chasing this guy down. And of course, I'm in an LS1 C5 Corvette. He's in a Toyota Matrix with probably 400,000 miles on it. So I caught up to him. It took me about a mile though, because he was kind of swerving. And as soon as we caught him at a light, my cousin, the Air Force guy, gets out of the car and he blocks him, starts taking a bunch of pictures of his plate, and he tells him, listen, go pull into that CVS parking lot right now or we're calling the cops. We got to swap information. So the guy does it. I mean, I'm like right on the tail of his car, following him in there. We go in there, we swap all the information, and at that point he's pretty cooperative. I think he was afraid of the Air Force guy. Sure. So we swap all the information, and that's it. I get a hold of this insurance company. I don't even remember the name of it. It was something I never even heard of. And I tell them, you know, what happened, whatever. I file a claim with them. They have me download an app on my phone. They're not even sending an adjuster out. So they have me download this app with all the pictures and everything like that. And they come back with an estimate. They just want me to take the money, $330, $22 an hour shop labor rate, which is just not, I mean, what are they paying these people? $5 an hour?
Yeah, no,
right?
that's not the average rate. I've said in a bunch of my videos that I've encountered, because all my jobs are pretty much pay out of pocket jobs. $50 to $60 is what I've seen on average cars. I'm not talking about really aluminum reworking. I'm talking about a car like this. This is a, you know, couple decade old car.
Right.
$50, $60 an hour is what they should be paying.
All right, hang on, I gotta make up for that missed shift. That was a little better, huh?
I'm really just blown away by the C5 Corvette.
We're going to check out his Lambo with a V10, and of course Sam's in town, so we're driving the E55, the Trans Am. So this is like probably the slowest car I have.
No, I mean it's still, again, it's a very fun car. I love Corvettes, especially for the price point. I mean, $800-900. It's tough to get this amount of fun for that price, really, and reliability.
Right, exactly. We don't have to worry about anything. So anyway, so I file a claim with these people, $300, and of course they want you to sign your soul away. So like once you accept their money, you're done. And if there's any hidden damage, it's over with. And so now to top it off, this guy is denying he was okay with this for a couple weeks. Now he's saying nothing ever happened at all, and I didn't get a police report. So it's just a nightmare. So at this point, what would you do? So I have good insurance.
They offered you the money, $300 and something. And now what is the case because he's denying it?
Oh, now they're doing an investigation on it, which I don't know what they're really going to come up with.
The nice thing is your cousin does have some photos of the guy's plate, things like that.
I took pictures in the parking lot too.
Otherwise, right then and there, if you involve anybody that has anything to do with...
Ooh,
what in the heck?
Someone just ran over a hubcap. It sounded like some gunshots.
So you involve anybody in the legal field, which I'm not that sort of guy. I don't want to get there. I don't want to have to deal with attorneys. That's expensive. Right. It's a nightmare. But you could easily find somebody on a contingency basis. You're talking about an insurance company here. When attorneys hear insurance companies, they start to, foam at the mouth.
Right.
So if you were to get them involved, not only would they be seeing a number way larger than $300, it just starts to become a major issue for them. So personally, what I would do is what we're doing right now. Go to a real body shop, get a real estimate. From what I saw back there, it's no big deal. This is an older car, and I would treat this like almost like I treat my Porsche 911. It's a car that I resprayed the bumpers myself, specifically to save money. If you want to get it repaired, sure, go to this body shop, get the proper estimate, and make the insurance company pay for it. If you want to take that money and apply it towards some other stuff, maybe some new mufflers, something different, because the mufflers were damaged as well.
Right.
You could go that route. But from what I see back there, a proper body shop's going to remove the bumper cover. On a Corvette, slightly more involved than your typical sedan. They're going to refinish it. And just to get a bumper painted in my neck of the woods, you're talking about bringing a company a bumper, you're talking about $400.
What do you think this whole job, though, the exhaust included and this particular bumper, would get cost? I mean, we're going to find out from Billy right now at the body shop, but
I don't know anything about the exhaust, the brand, or anything like that. Depending on how good, how cheap, what they sell. If they just sell a muffler, that could be anywhere from $100 all the way up to several $100 if they make it. Yeah, I don't know that that's a repairable
Honestly,
thing.
I don't even like those tips. So if we went used OEM tips and had them do the bumper properly, it's a metallic paint.
So yeah, I mean, just to remove the bumper and put it on, you're talking about several labor hours there. That's probably $300-400 in labor. Then to paint it, materials. Body shop we're going to uses a really high-end paint, so it's going to match properly.
Right.
That's going to be another several $100 there. I'm guessing somewhere over $1,000.
Yeah.
Maybe in the mid, teens, something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking like 1,500, 1,700, something like that. So definitely not 330.
No.
And even though this isn't a big deal, obviously, this applies to everybody, because imagine you get into a wreck and they offer you $5,000 and you don't know anything about cars. You might sign off on that $5,000, and we all know, or we know that, repairs, especially on fancier cars, not necessarily this one, it can be 10 grand easy if there's any framework or anything like that. So before you accept a check, that means you're taking responsibility. Definitely get it looked at, get an appraisal or an estimate from a reputable body shop first, or you could really, really screw yourself over.
A more legitimate insurance company usually sends an adjuster out. They look at the damage, and a lot of times they don't offer you a check. I mean, that is always an option, but they say, okay, where are you bringing it to?
Right.
So you say, I'm going to bring it to Mancuso. Then they hash it out with Mancuso direct.
Right.
Mancuso gets paid. You don't see anything. I mean, you do have to still sign off on something saying it's done. But Mancuso could pull that rear bumper off, say, hey, you've got a crack in your fiberglass. That's going to be so many more hours to repair. We need a supplement. So originally we thought it was going to be $1,000. Now it's going to be $4,000.
Right, exactly.
Then that's when you start talking about totaling a car like this, whatever.
Yeah.
But
we're okay in this situation.
A company that says, hey, we're going to give you a $300 check, that is kind of strange. But in a lot of cases, somebody sees that as, hey, that's going to pay for a dinner. It's going to pay for a couple tanks of gas.
Yeah.
Seriously,
pay a credit card payment, whatever.
That's a nice little bit of money to spend. So I'll take it. I won't even get it fixed. Whatever. You could do that.
Right. You could.
It happens a lot. And in your case, what you're saying, a more substantial accident. Man, I just got a check for $4,000. Little do they know, you take it to a good body shop, it's going to be $8,000 or $9,000.
Totally, I've seen it, man. I've seen it.
And they already signed off.
So last thing before we get to Mancuso's, we kind of debated this earlier. I like getting a police report in the case of really any accident, but I live in Chicago. The police are strapped here. Honestly, they wouldn't even come out. You live in Florida in a more, less populated area. What would you have done?
The police will come out. In this example, it's strange because the guy tried to run.
Right.
And if he's being uncooperative, and in this case, especially now he's saying nothing ever happened, I mean, that's crazy.
That's why I like getting police reports, because it's like official at that point.
There's one big thing that I don't like getting a police report on: a minor fender bender collision. When there's a person that's being cooperative, it's that you're going to have an accident history show up on your car. I have seen mint Porsches and Ferraris and exotic cars that say accident damage. And then even they'll go as far to say minor rear damage, car was still operable, like somewhere in a Carfax.
Right.
So it really didn't even affect the car. It's like your Corvette, really small damage, something that shouldn't really devalue this car if it was repaired properly. But it will devalue a car because now you have an accident report on it.
Yeah, I know when I see that on a Carfax, in your brain, you're like, yeah, it's worth a little bit less.
Severe damage, though, you don't want to take the risk. You got to call police to do something, because in the case that they do deny and you're driving your fancy car, you're just driving your new nice car,
right? And
they cost thousands of dollars worth of damage. It could cost you thousands of dollars, or it could cost you your insurance deductible when it comes time to repair it. So.
All right, we're almost at Mancuso, so let's find out exactly what it's going to cost to fix the Corvette. All right, so we're at Mancuso Auto Art in Glenview, Illinois with the Corvette, and my guy Billy has just done an estimate on this car. Billy, everybody has guessed down below in the comment section, so how much to fix this car?
You're looking at about $1,400.
Okay.
And that's obviously preliminary. There could be stuff underneath it. We don't know. Obviously, the exhaust is a little tweaked, so we have to get up in the air and see about that.
Okay, and that kind of like segues us into what we talked about a few minutes ago, which is, this is a very minor thing that's going on here, but God forbid you get hit, much harder, and there could be actual damage behind it. Mm-hmm. Once you sign that check, you're done. You're not going to get any supplemental.
Exactly, yeah. You just collect that check, and you basically go you can either keep the check and not do anything, or some people will just be like, yeah, okay, that should cover it. But then once everything comes apart and there's a lot more underneath, they don't know what to do.
Right. So what's my advice? What's your advice to me in this situation? How do I try and get this insurance company to pay out close to what they should?
You can present them with your estimate. Since they're kind of a cut rate insurance company, they're probably going to lowball you, and it's going to be a lot of back and forth. And if they're not going to budge and they're going to say, you know what, the customer has to make up the difference because you're going to the shop of your choosing, you will have to get your insurance company involved. And your insurance company is going to go after them. And unfortunately, you're probably going to have to pay your deductible until they get their money back.
Okay. And do you think I would get dinged on my insurance as far as them jacking up my rates, or no, because it's not really my fault?
No, it wasn't your fault. You know,
Okay.
no tickets were issued. The only thing is you'll be out of pocket for your deductible.
Okay, so at the end of the day, in your experience, realistically, if I want to get this fixed properly, I'm probably paying my insurance company the deductible at this point, right?
Yes.
All right, guys, so this is Sam's 2010 Lamborghini Gallardo 560-4, and it is here at Mancuso's, which is very, very close to my house, and he is getting a full color change on this car. Take a guess at what color he's going to paint it in the comment section down below, but this wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't point out something interesting mechanically on this car, which is take a look at this right here. This is the front axle. This is all-wheel drive, and look at how thin this thing is. Now, I know that they send most of the power to the rear on these, I believe, but still, the secret project car that Sam and I are working on right now is also all-wheel drive, and wait till I show you how beefy the axles are on that car. So they have this thing completely taken apart, and the color change involves a lot more work than a normal paint job because they have to get in all the little nooks and crannies and make it look like a factory paint job. So this is going to take I think about 6 weeks. So obviously there is a ton of work that goes into a color change. Sam, you want to know what my favorite part of your Lamborghini is?
The fact that Ted is restoring it.
All right, that's my second favorite part. My first favorite part is the fact that you live 1,000 miles away, I live 10 minutes away, and there's gonna come a time where this car is done and Mancuso's wants it out of their shop, and then who are you gonna call? I get to borrow a bright pink Lamborghini. That's what you're painting it, right?
Pink is definitely, you know,
That's high up there?
high up on the list.
Ted, pink, purple maybe?
I think pink would be good
Hey,
for them.
purple is in right now, but no problem. You used to be a master tech, so go ahead, run through it, do the timing chains, all the major service items, get them done while you got it. Take it for a quick spin.
That's content. All right, guys, so we might have a Lamborghini on the channel for a couple of episodes, so that should be fun. And with that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something. I hope you guys know a little bit better how to proceed if you get hit by an underinsured driver. If you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, share the video, and most importantly, have an awesome day. I'll catch you all in the next video.